Saw dudes, I'm back to Destiny 2 for a bit. A while back, Enter the QB asked if I could find a good ARC staff build for PvE. I did want to explore underutilized supers, so this seemed like a good opportunity. Today's build can use 3 different exotics: Blight Ranger, Raiden Flux, or Star Eater Scales. I know you guys don't like Blight Ranger, and I don't either, but there will be a use case discussion at the end of the build. If you want to get the most out of Darth Maul's blue raspberry saber, use the 2 other options. Let's get started. First off, we have the Gameloop. The goal of the setup, regardless of the exotic, is to build super energy as fast as possible. To do this, just kill stuff and collect orbs you or your teammates create. Use your grenades to chunk down beefy targets and use your dodge to avoid fire. After dodging, kill an enemy with a melee attack or gun to create an orb. When you have your super ready, use it against a crowd or boss. For the most damage, use a light, heavy combo. Begin backing off before your super ends, and just rinse and repeat. Of course, the whole build focuses on using Arc Staff, so that will be our super for today. It does decent damage, but does require more setup when compared to Gathering Storm. The only dodge that should be used on an Arc Strider is Gambler's Dodge, since their melee abilities are super important to their kit. The melee ability I chose to use was Combination Blow, which grants a stacking melee damage bonus on powered melee kills. If you want on-demand blinds, you can use Disorienting Blow. The grenade I chose to use was Pulse Grenade, purely for its ease of use. If you have a preference for another grenade, use that instead. The aspects for the build will be Flow State and Lethal Current. Flow State grants us the Amplified buff after killing a jolted enemy. While Amplified, we get a 200% dodge regen rate, 50 reload speed, and a 0.8 reload duration scaler. We also get a 66% damage resistance buff while dodging. Lethal Current causes melee hits on jolted enemies to blind them. After dodging, we get increased melee lunge range, and our next melee hit applies Jolt. Finally, dodging while using our Arc Staff super causes the next light attack to deal damage twice. The fragments for the build are Spark of Amplitude, Discharge, Magnitude, and Resistance. Amplitude causes kills while amplified to spawn an Orb of Power with a 10-second cooldown. Discharge causes arc weapon kills to spawn an Ionic Trace after filling up an internal counter. Magnitude grants Pulse Grenade an additional 2 pulses for a total of 8. Finally, Spark of Resistance grants a 25% damage resistance buff while near 3 enemies. Time to go over the armor. Keep in mind that the armor mod stays the same regardless of the exotic piece you use. On the helmet, I used Harmonic Siphon, Special Ammo Finder, and Font of Wisdom. For the gauntlets, I went with Heavy Handed, Impact Induction, and Font of Focus. Heavy Handed can be swapped for Firepower if you want. The chestplate had melee damage resistance, concussive dampener, and harmonic resistance. On the greaves, I chose to go with recuperation and 2 copies of Arc Weapon Surge. And on the cloak was Reaper, Distribution, and Time Dilation. For stats, you will want to prioritize Resilience, Discipline, and Intellect in that order. Since this build focuses on CQC, Resilience is needed. This will drastically increase our survivability in and out of our super. Discipline reduces our grenade cooldown, and Intellect reduces our super cooldown. Both of these stats should rest at 70 points since we are using the corresponding font mods. Mobility and Strength are useless since our aspects can give us instant regeneration of our abilities. If you're enjoying the video so far, consider subscribing. It would help me out a lot. This build has 3 weapon loadouts. There are timestamps to help you navigate. Weapon loadout 1 uses Bad Juju, Techie Force, and Hothead. Bad Juju has a String of Curses exotic perk, which makes it so that kills refill the mag and grants a stack of the String of Curses buff. Each stack of the buff increases damage by 20% and increases super energy gain on kill. At the maximum of 5 stacks, Bad Juju gets a 100% damage increase and 2% bonus super energy on kill. This gun provides large amounts of super energy when clearing ads, allowing us to use Arc Staff more often. Techie Force serves as our DPS weapon when faced against champions and mini-bosses. The role I suggest crafting is Fluted Barrel, Liquid Coils, Reconstruction, and Controlled Burst. Fluted Barrel straightens out the recoil, and Liquid Coils grants more damage at the cost of a longer charge time. However, Reconstruction and Controlled Burst mitigate reloading and long charge times altogether, allowing this weapon to be fired non-stop after waiting a couple of seconds. Spark of Discharge allows arc weapon kills to create Ionic Traces, making Techie Force a valuable tool in regenerating ability energy. Hothead is a staple heavy weapon and will serve as our boss DPS or emergency ad clear when our super isn't up. The role I used in the footage is Quick Launch, Impact Casing, Field Prep, and Explosive Light. Weapon loadout 2 has Chattering Bone, Forbearance, and Thunderlord. This loadout is mainly focused on ad clear and sustained DPS. Chattering Bone is an amazing kinetic pulse rifle and rivals other options in the same slot. The first 2 perks I recommend chasing are Airhead Break and Tactical Mag. The beauty of this weapon are behind the perk combos in the 3rd and 4th slot. For general ad clear and easy use, go for Rapid Hit and Kinetic Tremors. For a bit of orange bar chunking, there's Kill Clip and Kinetic Tremors. If you want damage without the kills, you can go with Rapid Hit and Focus Fury. If you're an absolute sadist, then use Kill Clip and Focus Fury. Definitely give it a try. Forbearance is the go-to ad clear weapon. The best role at the moment is Quick Launch, High Velocity Rounds, Ambitious Assassin, and Chain Reaction. In a few weeks, we will be getting a free update that brings a new variant of Forbearance. For new players, try getting it with the aforementioned role. If you want to regen grenades faster, then use Demolitionist in the third column. Thunderlord covers are ad clear and boss DPS. Sustained damage spawns lightning strikes, and the catalyst causes these strikes to funnel ammo to the mag from reserves. This gun is great at dealing with numerous ads and can easily carry DPS phases. Our double arc surge can bring us to the top of the damage charts without much hassle. Lastly, we have Weapon Loadout 3, which uses Arbalist, the Ikelos SMG, and Crux Termination 4. This is a complete anti-champion setup. Arbalist is an exotic special ammo linear fusion and pierces through all shields easily, including barrier champion shields. Since we have Jolt and Blind already, this covers the final champion type. The catalyst for this gun grants it Genesis, causing shield breaks to fully refill the mag from reserves. This gun is useful at long range plinking and is basically a sniper rifle with charge time. The Ikelos SMG is our ad clear and utility weapon. The role I use is extended barrel, Seraph rounds, shoot to loot, and volt shot. Shoot to loot is amazing for collecting orbs and ammo from long range, keeping us safe in difficult content. Volt shot helps us apply jolt and clear ads. Crux Termination 4 is an alternative arc rocket launcher that I recently used. Like Hothead, it's not craftable, but it does come with a small perk pool. The combo I would chase is Hard Launch, Impact Casing, Reconstruction, and Explosive Light. Alternative perks in column 3 include Slide Shot and Cloud Cartridge. Before ending the video, I wanted to give you guys a demonstration of the current use case for Blight Ranger, no matter how bad it is at the moment. Currently, the exotic perk causes blocking while an arc staff to not consume extra energy and causes reflected projectiles to deal 4 times their base damage. The final part of the exotic causes block hits to generate an orb that grants 7.14% super energy for allies. This means you only need to generate 14 orbs to regen your teammate's super, regardless of what type it is. This is an extremely niche scenario, and one that I wouldn't use much. However, if you want a challenge, or just want to meme around, give it a shot. That's all you need to know about Arc Shredders and their Arc Staff Super. I hope you guys enjoyed the blue balls joke in the thumbnail, since Blight Ranger creates orbs of power, and yeah, I think you get the rest. Anyway, I appreciate everyone's ideas. If you have any more, let me know in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, and happy farming.